Mary was completely taken aback by this unexpected gesture, resembling the gentle humming of the wind as it quietly sang its tune through the valley. Driven by boundless passion and longing, head inscribed love on peaks for all to see, Andre sought help from construction site friends, devised a unique way to express his love for May, and finally invited her for an Alp stroll on his 35th birthday evening. Andre wanted to show Mary something unforgettable. As a gentle mountain breeze rustled the grass, Andre and Mary sat quietly on the grass mat, and just as Andre's words faded, a brilliant firelight flashed on the opposite mountain top, changing. This was precisely the special gift that Andre had prepared for Mary. At long last, the two lovers were united as one. Andre carried Mary with a bouquet into their cabin and gently caressed her that evening. He promised to cherish and care for Mary for a lifetime. To give her a better life, Andre decided to pick up extra jobs on site, labouring away diligently. His boss was very pleased with his hard work, and his wages doubled. Thanks to everyone's efforts, the first cable car was completed in no time. Town finally got real shops, locals' lives improved, and Andre and Mary's bond grew stronger. On this day, Mary anxiously sought Andre. Watching her busy husband, Mary felt a whirlwind of emotions, but struggled to find the words. Finally, Andre and Mary welcomed their child, but their happy days were short-lived. On a frosty winter night, Andre felt the ground tremble. Stepping outside, he found the entire valley shrouded in an invisible force. He hurried to call his sleeping wife, but the impending avalanche swallowed him whole in an instant. It wasn't until the next morning that Andre slowly regained consciousness. He exerted all his strength to crawl out of the snow, but ultimately couldn't find his wife and child. Soon after, he was discovered by when he saw his beloved wife again, it was during a mass at the town church. Andre sat down weakly, like a soulless puppet. In this world, besides his late grandmother, Mary and the child were Andre's only family. Years of mental fatigue and physical pain still tormented the already wounded. On this particular day, Andre lingered at the doors of the town church, unwilling to leave. However, he encountered a struggling young man at the church entrance, and with the tavern owner's help, a hurt Andre found a glimmer of hope. He slowly recuperated in bed. From then on, Andre got used to writing letters to his wife, jotting down everything he encountered on little notes. He personally placed the notes in her coffin. Soon, Andre's legs recovered, and he kept working hard at the site. That day, a funny accident occurred. Subtitles. A worker fell asleep while taking a hot bath at night, and based on the situation, the subsequent events were truly absurd. Andre hoped to enjoy his life joyfully, doing lovely things for all his family and friends. No tragedies have occurred. Andre still wrote to his wife. Though winters here differed, he never complained. This lifestyle continued until the war ended, allowing Andre to return to the Alps. And now had reached middle age, with years etching deep marks on his face. Upon returning to the town, Andre first paid his respects to his late wife, gently clearing the soil to present the letters had written over the years. Afterwards, he visited the tavern, but it was now vastly different from what it once was. Time had flown, and everything had changed. Andre can't return to the past. Though his uncle's house remains, he hears his grandmother's words, yet those fond memories linger in his heart. In front of the old house, he met his once formidable uncle, who was now in his golden years, but could still vaguely recognize Andre, albeit still speaking as boisterous as before. Subtitles, however. The elderly and feeble body appeared as if it were merely a heap of fragile bones. He used every ounce of his strength to grasp Andre's hand, yet Andre simply turned around and departed without any hesitation. Ultimately, with the tavern owner's assistance, Andre became a farmer again, even though it was the job he had least liked, yet he chose to do. Today, Andre had turned grey, sporting a beer belly and dressed in rags, living like an average old man with only his soft, kind eyes unchanged. No matter how many years passed, His eyes remained the same, faintly revealing a gentleness and scholarly charm. With the changing times, the little wooden hut was soon to be torn down, yet the tavern owner still allowed André to stay. However, he lived on the ground floor. The tavern's second floor housed a school with lovely kids and a single lady André's age. The elderly lady saw André's hard work and kindness, so she extended a warm hand. They tried to engage meaningfully for a while, but in the end, because in his heart, only Mary was his one true love. Over the years, André never stopped writing letters, and his love for her was unmatched by anyone. The seasons changed like a poetic dream, each transition carrying a unique charm of nature. André spent lonely days and nights observing Alpine cable cars frequently shuttling numerous tourists each month. He often felt emotional over astronauts landing on the moon, reveling in the splendid meadows of flowers. After enduring long years, André finally grew old, his body gradually fading. Yet another frigid winter arrived. André saw a vehicle filled with remains, although not exactly good news, as he had believed 40 years ago that death would take nothing away. It just made one feel cold, but even after 40 years, the old man still bore a smile, clearly happy as death approached. Time flies by, and in the blink of an eye, many years have passed. Now André, in his twilight years, halted a bus in town, with the Alps' beauty, blue skies, clouds, snowy peaks, lakes, forests, and grassland wildflowers rushing by. This natural palace links Europe's history and people with history and nature merging before eyes. Approaching the age of 80, André gazed at the seemingly boundless and magnificent scenery, reminiscing about his life, which had been filled with countless twists and challenges. Yet each experience had played a role in shaping the André he had become today. His life is like a painting, each color a phase of experience, weaving his unique story like a drama. There was youthful passion, along with the steadiness of middle age, yet now in the twilight years he treasured every moment of peace and beauty even more. Not until he alighted the bus did he realize he was old. In his youth, a thin wool coat sufficed in the snow. Now, a mere alpine breeze sends André shivering on the viewpoint. Overlooking snow-capped mountains and green meadows, past memories flickered before his eyes. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.